Whoa.
That was cool.
Slow-mo. I'm sorry that the first episode was ass, basically.
Yeah, it could have been better. We could have actually remembered it as a podcast, because most of the time I forgot we were recording and just went on a
tangent.
Just talked about random shit. So this time we're going to remember it was a podcast and stay on topic.
Hopefully.
So hello podcast fans. I am Nick.
I am Nicola. We are the 2IcoNics.
This is the 2IcoNics podcast.
The 2IcoNics podcast.
Capital V. So we studied film together at uni, and decided we didn't hate each other to never talk again. So
yeah,
we made a ghost film, and you can find that on Nicola's channel. But if you want a good time, you can find the outtakes on my channel. Shout out to the comments who called me out for not liking Jamie Lee Curtis, and then
shout out to all of our fans.
All two of you true fans that actually.
One of them's your friend and one of them's my friend.
Yes, but together there are only two true fans.
Yes. Horoscopes.
Or horoscopes.
Why do we talk about horoscopes?
Why do we talk about horoscopes?
It's a long story.
So there's a magical place, you might have heard of it. It's called Weatherspoons, and there's all these magical, wonderful people that you see and meet and wish you never saw or met.
It's quite frightening at the weekend.
One day there was an odd person. There was some drunk guy wandered in from outside, and I made the mistake of glancing over and looking at him. And he saw me do this. He looked me into his... I stared into his soul.
His soul. And I was like, don't.
And then he came over and told us he wanted us to settle a debate. Or there was just something he didn't understand. Because he was chatting somebody up. And she said that she likes women.
Yep.
And he says, well, what's the difference between a dildo and a dick? I don't think we've really had time to go into all the...
No. I was just
in-depth things.
I was still trying to get over the fact, you're chatting up a lesbian, steaming drunk, by the way.
Yes. Then he asked if you were a Capricorn or something.
He was like, what's your sign? Wait, let me guess. And then it was like, Scorpio. And I'm like, no. And
then he explained that he was whatever the one in December is, because he was born on Christmas. And he became Mr. Christmas. We started looking at horoscopes as a way of remembering that wonderful time.
What is the Christmas Day zodiac sign?
He was a Capricorn. Mr. Capricorn Christmas.
Ugh.
That's a good name.
Capricorn
I'm
Christmas.
I'm going to write a story with the character called Capricorn Christmas. If you've had enough of following, this year can be your... What the brain?
Take a deep breath.
Tess, be a star. Come here. Come here, boys. Oh, look, you're on the podcast, Tess.
Let's get into our horoscopes.
Fate is scary. That's a line from a film, I'm sure.
For the Zodiac Killer. Let's get into the Pisces and Gemini.
So, what you need to do is not think. Instead of thinking, you choose action. And instead of waiting for tomorrow, you opt for change today.
Whoa.
A straight love road can turn into a thrilling ride, but you have control. But what if they're gay? It's not a straight love road, is it then?
Not really.
Tough subjects are easier to discuss with your Venus in your connection centre.
I'm going to ask, what is a connection centre?
LinkedIn.
Oh, do you think anyone actually talks, normally on LinkedIn? Like a chat?
But an everyday conversation, just...
If, maybe you're cheating on someone.
I've checked their WhatsApps, and there's nothing there, so they can't be cheating. Have you checked their LinkedIn?
Oh my god. The LinkedIn.
Oh no. So, Gemini, which is me. In case anyone out there wants to get me a birthday present, I was born on the 17th of June.
Can we get some happy birthdays in the chat?
Yeah.
It's not even June yet.
It will be. And then I'll be old. But not as old as you.
I'm a year older than you.
Yeah, that's
That's
too
too
old.
old. I agree, actually. Never mind.
Planet Powerhouse Mars leaves your sign. So you can now feel stormy times beginning to settle.
Oh, well, that's good.
I'm so glad the stormy times are being... I didn't even notice the stormy times, to be honest. It's good that they're over. Your next love and life move becomes clear. Your money zone fires up and you see solutions rather than problems. If you need space at home or work, Venus helps you ask for it and find it. This lets hidden feelings show.
Well, I mean, it's quite positive.
Gonna become the next Mystic Meg. I can be Mystic Nick.
We'll work on a name. Give us your suggestions for next new zodiac name. What's next on the agenda? Is 0 a real number?
We already know that it's not, but we know for a fact there's at least 2 people that know the truth, and then you don't. But apparently everyone's both right and wrong.
You look crazy. You fixed your hair and it's all messy.
Can we have a whole segment dedicated to me fixing my hair? So we're both right and we're both wrong because 0 is considered to be both a real number and an imaginary number. One of the explanations for it somewhere was it's in the middle of the number line.
Yes.
And that means it must be real because it's in the middle of a number line.
Yes.
And we already discussed this, but I'm going to say it again because I think what I'm about to say is pure genius. What's in the middle of a donut?
Nothing.
Exactly. Not a donut.
Sometimes you get jam in the donut though.
Don't mess with my analogy.
We're both right. I hate to admit it, but we're both right.
Next segment? That's not a segment. We didn't explain what was going on last episode, did we?
We talked about Pedro a lot.
Another reason we're talking about him is, obviously everyone likes Pedro, but you especially like Pedro.
I love him.
I've got a little image to explain.
For my birthday, Nick made this image for me, and I thank him so much.
I mean, some of them are looking kind of creepy. The AG is looking sort of sus there. Because there's Pedro, there's Oscar Isaac, there's John Bernthal, Tom Hiddleston, Steve from Stranger Things, and somebody else. I don't know who that other person is.
Guess who's at the bottom of Nick's list?
Well, we can explain why this is.
Because you've been told over the years.
Because I've been told, there was like, there's just a week when multiple people, like, all in the same week decide to tell me that I look like Andrew Garfield.
You do. But
Exactly.
I need to explain that he's been on my list of crushes for since 2012 when Spider-Man came out. We've decided today to go over Nick's crushes, celebrity crushes.
Yes, a list that didn't exist until
Until I told you to make a list.
until you told me to make a list. Pick a letter.
N.
N. Is there anyone with an N in their name? Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, I know her. We should mention with this list, you can't judge me for the age gaps of my list. Okay?
I've got a note here that says Jennifer Connelly, when she was younger though, like in Requiem for a Dream,
Right.
or that one where she gets trapped in a mall.
Found this picture of her and Tom Cruise.
What was the one I'm thinking of? Is it? It's her. The one where she's in a mall. Career opportunities.
It looks like she's not wearing a bra in most of it.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Uh-huh. A.
A, is there anyone with an A in their name? Mackenzie Davis. She's in Blade Runner 2049, and I really like that film. But the thing I hate about that film is Ryan Gosling picks hologram on Anna de Armas over prostitute Mackenzie Davis.
Why would you do that?
Another letter.
F.
F can be Ellie Fanning.
I do know
the
who that
reason
is.
she's on that is because just like your John Bernthal one, I saw her in an advert and went, yeah, okay.
Is it a perfume advert?
It was.
Yes, I've seen it. She was in Maleficent.
I didn't like that one.
Aurora. Well, you should like it now, because she's...
I should like it now. Oh, god damn you.
She was in that neon demon...
Where she gets eaten.
Does she? I thought she eats people. No.
I don't know. I've not seen it. I did want to watch it though when AJ was talking about it back in the day.
Yes, of course he was.
Because AJ suggested it, so for reference, we had a lecturer called Andrew Jarvis, and I'm the only person that ever liked him. His favourite thing to say was equilibrium.
Disequilibrium.
Kathleen Monroe.
Oh,
which you will not have heard of. Because you've not watched the best series ever.
She was in
Patriot.
Law and Order Organised Crime.
Shut up, she was in Patriot.
No. Law and Order.
No, Patriot.
And Chicago PD.
No, we're going to talk about Patriot now.
Oh my god, she was in Law and Order SVU as well.
But she was also in Patriot.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you should. It's very funny and good, but also very wholesome at the same time. She's a singer. It's Sigrid. Mostly because she's Scandinavian.
Do you like Scandinavians? She's also an appropriate age. Well done.
Exactly.
I'm proud of you.
So there you go. So is that what? How many appropriate age people is that?
You don't need therapy.
Used to like your music, don't like it anymore. Still like her voice.
I remember her making a song that took 2015 by storm, but I can't even remember what it is anymore. Strangers.
Strangers as well, yeah. I don't really like that one as much.
It's probably the one I do like.
There's one more, and it's Elizabeth. Wait, do we do her? Elizabeth Debicki.
I thought of her!
And she's in.
Of course. Still not seen it.
But there's other reasons that film's good.
You know what she's in? The Night Manager with Tom Hiddleston.
I forgot that existed until like I looked her up on IMDb and went, yeah. Is it based on the John le Carre novel? He was an author. He wrote books like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and Little Drummer Girl with Florence Pugh. She was in that adaptation. And she was also in Midsummer, where they go...
Yeah. Oh, it's such a weird film.
It is very weird.
I don't like it. It's like...
I think they thought they'd been very profound.
I don't know. It's like really gory.
As much as I didn't like that film, there's a line that's never going to escape me. It's just the bit right at the start where they get high and they're lying on the grass. And one of the guys is like, oh fuck, it's a new person. I can't deal with a new person right now. Yeah. That's just me all the time.
Very relatable. So that was all of your crushes? Who's your favourite?
My favourite? It's either Mackenzie Davis or Elizabeth Debicki.
It's just so difficult to choose.
Was she not too old? I think she's too old. She's like 30, isn't she?
Zendaya? No. She's like 26. She's Taken as well. It's terrible.
By?
Tom Hiddleston. Tom Holland. Sorry, I've got Tom Hiddleston on my brain.
Actually?
Yeah,
what's with it? Like the Spider-Man films?
Where have you been?
Not on that part of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Pedro did a Hot Ones.
He did.
It was extra hot and spicy because Pedro was on it.
The funniest bit is his outro. I think, to be honest, you could skip the whole video and just watch the outro.
But I'll miss all the Pedro.
That's
What's
true.
he do? Does he just say...
Well, it's just the usual Hot Ones interview, like trying to answer questions while your mouth is on fire.
I don't have any interest in that.
Okay. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Moving on. We're just normal men.
What is that?
We're just innocent men.
What's
Do you
that
not know what
from?
it's from? Oh, I need to send you that. It's from CBBC. Like, years ago, there was a puppet on it. Like, the wee dog. Forget his name. Hacker.
Hacker T-Dog.
And he's, like, in the face of a woman presenting it, and he's like, we're just normal men. And she's like, what do you mean normal men? And he's like, we're just innocent men. And then they start laughing.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
remember Hacker having a different accent to that.
No, I remember him sounding like that. Speaking of remembering things, there's a thing called a Mandela effect.
Oh, that's a segue.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Mandela effect. Welcome to the IcoNics 2 podcast. What, you thought it was called the 2IcoNics podcast? No. That's Mandela for you.
I don't think they'll believe that, but yeah.
I'm gonna gaslight girl boss and gatekeep them.
Okay.
Nelson Mandela's death is the first one. Did you know that
course.
he didn't die in prison? Whoa,
Oh.
It's almost like he became president of the country. So, Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes?
Tunes. Like TUN.
That's what I thought. I always thought that.
Is it that?
It is.
Oh, thank God.
What was the thing called? Grosvenor? Graggle? Not Graggle. The red beast.
Oh. I actually don't know his name.
Gossamer.
Gossamer. Yes.
We love Gossamer.
We stan Gossamer. Have you ever seen Carrot Blanca? The Looney Tunes parody of Casablanca?
I feel like I might have, because I watched a lot of Looney Tunes back in the day. Carrot Blanca, 1995 short comedy. Oh, it's only, yeah, it's definitely seen it if it's only 8 minutes long.
It's pretty good.
The Berenstain Bears didn't exist. It's the Bearstain Bears. What's that?
Berenstain Bears? I didn't even watch it, and I didn't really know what it was until
Only-
recently. But
Yeah, I think it's just Americans referencing it and calling it Bearstain Bears. Do you know what didn't exist? Curious George's Tale.
I thought it did.
I didn't. I'm too smart for that.
He doesn't have a tail?
No.
Oh.
I don't know why, but he didn't.
He's a monkey.
So Sex in the City versus Sex and the City.
Sex in the City.
Wrong!
Oh!
Sex
damn it.
and the City.
I hate that show.
It's set in the city. Where else are they going to have sex?
Is it because there's like one episode where they leave the city?
Happens at one point out of the city.
Well, we can't call it that now.
The Skechers got a T in it.
No. Does it?
I thought there did. I was wrong
I
apparently.
didn't think it did.
Oh, this is so stupid. For some reason, people distinctly remember a portrait of King Henry VIII holding a turkey leg.
No. A parody thing.
Describe the Monopoly Man. What does he look like?
He's got a mustache and a monocle and a top hat.
He doesn't have a monocle.
Ugh. Does anyone have a monocle?
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres is wearing a monocle in this one apparently.
Okay.
They've literally just put it on top of everyone. Oh, Taylor Swift wearing a monocle.
Why?
What does Pikachu's tail look like?
Oh, zigzag with a black stripe somewhere.
It's not.
No black
it's
stripe.
got brown at the base and just yellow. So the
Oh.
black bit is wrong. Kit Kat, hyphen or no hyphen?
Hyphen.
No hyphen. Next.
God, I'm
This is-
getting them all wrong.
Mona Lisa's smile. Does she have a smile? These pictures are exactly the same.
Isn't it like she's got a secret smile or something? Anyway.
This seems to be insinuating that it's faded. So like the
Oh.
older the painting gets, the more the smile fades and it looks more like a frown or something, but that's nonsense. C-3PO, silver leg or no silver leg?
No silver leg.
He has one silver leg.
Does he?
Yeah, apparently. I think that they're gaslighting us here. The image of him with a silver leg is the one that looks like it's been photoshopped.
He has like a red arm in one of them.
I think he has a silver leg in the prequels, but he's all gold and then in the original ones, and then he's got a red arm in the sequel
Oh.
trilogy. The Flintstones. How might that be spelled?
The flint.
Like Flint stone?
You're showing your you're showing your rock collection to me right now.
Do you want to see this one?
The hell? That looks like an acorn.
I just found them in a bag in my room one day. I was like, okay, I'm just going to put them in an ashtray I found somewhere on my windowsill.
Colourful.
Rainbow. Callback to Coinbase Anna video.
Coinbase Anna. Link in the
Because
description.
it's again like every video in this.
Link in up the corner of the screen. No, wait.
Cinderella's Castle. It only exists in Florida. There isn't one in other places.
No, because the Paris one is Sleeping Beauty's castle.
I don't know, I think it was just only one castle is what it seemed to be saying.
That's just not true at all. They are gaslighting us right now.
The blue and pink castle is in California and is Sleeping Beauty's castle, so I don't think there's one in Paris.
There is one. I've literally been to the one in Paris. I imagine walking through the castle to see downstairs where a big animatronic dragon was, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
For so long, I thought I went to like a medieval castle that had been rebuilt and they turned it into a museum, and there was a glass elevator that either went up to the second level or down into the torture basement. We had all these animatronic dolls doing fake torture on people.
Oh my god.
And for so long, I thought this was real, because I remember we went down once intentionally. I didn't like it. Then went back and left, tried to go back up, pressed the wrong button, went back down. And it's a glass elevator, so you just feel completely exposed. There's like cooling in the corner from all these animatronic dolls that are chopping somebody's leg
It's
off.
so creepy.
And got somebody like on the rack, and there's like an oubliette in the corner or whatever. And apparently that never happened. Apparently I made that up at the age of like, I don't know, 7 or something.
That's scary.
I was always destined to be a creative person.
I think the dragon for me was real. You can look it up. Am I right? Please.
Are you saying it was in the basement?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, that is real. Okay, I thought that was like a art. That's pretty cool.
It is very cool. It smells like chlorine as well.
I was trying to watch the video and now I've got the bloody Dungeons and Dragons
Oh god.
advert playing.
Are you gonna go and see that?
No. It's like making a film out in 1984. That's not the point of it. The point's not the narrative. The point is, well, in the case of Dungeons and Dragons, you are playing the game and you have agency in the game, whereas it's just taking the world.
It's weird that it's Chris Pine is like the main.
It is weird.
It keeps saying it's like it's a film for everyone, and I'm like, it won't be though.
I've played like at most 3 hours of D&D, and that's like one session. As far as I can tell, it is just a generic fantasy world. Was that Hugh Grant?
Yeah, he's in it. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Well, so whenever somebody asks where you've been for half an hour or however long this episode is, you tell them you've been having the time of your life watching your favourite podcast with your hosts, Nick
And Nicola. Subscribe to both of our channels. Both of us will show the podcast, so don't be confused. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Canadian accent. Hey,
A boat?
how you doing? A boat?
Oh, God. He's gone. Okay.
This is sad.
When you left, I was like, oh, God, he's gone.
I need to keep that in. I think I made some weird noise.
Oh,
Oh no.
no.